Greetings, Bull fans. We are coming to you from Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's day 2 of the WPA Players Championship, and it's all sanctioned and brought to you by the Whirlpool Billiard Association and produced and broadcast exclusively on pay-per-view by CueSports International. Okay, day 2 action, round of 32. It's single elimination. This is a race to 7, alternate break. The winner moves on to the round of 16. The loser is out. Now let's meet the players. Firstly, he is from the Philippines. Please welcome the Bull, Jeffrey DeLuna. And his opponent is the defending U.S. Open champion from Scotland, Jayson Shaw. Okay, gentlemen, the lag.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here. This is day 2 of the WPA Players Championships. We've narrowed it down from 64 to 32 of the best players from around the world. This is a single elimination format, so after this match, one of these players will be done for the week. I'm joined in the booth by my good friend Jayson Kane. Jayson, how are you this afternoon?
Good, thank you, Ben. The qualifiers are over. Delvis has left the building. And like Ben was saying, this is the final 32. They're guaranteed 400 if they lose now. But if you win this match, you're guaranteed 1,500. So this is an $1,100 match plus.
That's an excellent observation. I didn't even get that far ahead yet. Looks like Jayson Shaw won the lag. We've got Jayson Shaw versus Jeffrey DeLuna. Jayson from Scotland, Jeffrey representing the Philippines. Both known for being extremely aggressive and amazing ball pocketers and pool players in general. This should be one heck of a match. We will touch on the format and thank some of our sponsors here throughout the course of the match. For now, rack 1.
Cue ball. Wow.
So opening break right there. Jayson pockets 4 object balls on the break, as well as the cue ball. So DeLuna's going to have only half the rack to play with here. 8 balls in what appears to be a little bit of a phony spot. I can't tell if it goes into that side pocket or not.
I think it does, Ben, but we will see if he doesn't move it, then it obviously is an easy shot over the side pocket. Yes. And for those of you that follow Fargo, Jeff DeLuna's a 7.88. Jayson Shaw's an 8.17. Jayson Shaw's in the top 5 in the world in Fargo.
Wow.
Oh, I thought he missed it for a second.
I did too. He switched hands on that shot. Shot it opposite-handed. Thought he may have overcut it a touch.
For what looked like an easy out, he's making it a little difficult.
First rack of the day. Possible early jitters. Jayson Shaw was one of the 48 players that were invited to this event. Jeff DeLuna earned his spot via qualifiers with the first 4 days. 4 days prior to this event starting, we had 4 days of qualifiers. Jeff DeLuna came up short the first 3 days of qualifying. He was able to secure his spot on day 4. That was a beautiful shot right there.
And does he just make it slowly and leave the cue ball about there, or does he go up and down? We will find out. I think he's just going to pinch it there. Yes.
So what looked like an incredible break from Jayson Shaw unfortunately turned into a scratch. And an excellent opportunity for Jeff DeLuna to take rack number 1.
And Ben, we've seen Jeff DeLuna in the qualifiers many times on this table, and he has a monster break. He made 6 balls once, I think, when you were commentating.
He did, yeah, and I was pleased to be commentating on that match as well. We've seen that on our highlight reel. We've seen that on the WPA and CSI ads that have been floating around social media, Instagram, Facebook, all those different pages. If you're on Instagram, check out Jeff the Bull DeLuna. he has been very proud, and should be, to share that video. I've noticed last night at the 22-hour mark, 22 hours after the match had happened, it had already been viewed over 64,000 times.
Are you kidding me?
Not kidding you. And it had already been shared over 2,000 times at that point.
He told me. I talked to him for a little bit last night. I think he said he made all 9 on a break once.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I played in a bar table, 9 ball, a big championship. I made 7 on a break.
7's the best I've ever done on a break as well. I was on a Valley bar table.
It wasn't mine, too, on a Valley bar table. I left that out.
I made 11 on the break playing 8-ball one time on the same exact bar table in the same exact pool room. So there was something special about this particular table.
11 and 8 ball.
That was just sucking balls in, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the biggest break I've ever had.
Now, let's see. We're talking him up. Let's see how he does here. We didn't jinx him, did we?
Nah.
I don't think so.
This will be his first break of the day, so we'll see how warmed up that back arm is, how he's feeling. Jeff, a lot of the time, both feet come off the ground on the break shot. This time was no exception. Oh my gosh. He controlled the cue ball fairly well for as hard as he hit it.
I think he made 2 balls. Yeah, he did. 2 balls he made. The cue ball went straight back. He didn't stop. He just went back, but it still wasn't going towards any pocket. He's got an impossible shot here almost.
Yeah, oftentimes at that speed on the break, the cue balls could easily track left or right hand rail. He was able to keep it straight. Although, like you said, it did track up table. A 1-ball track down table, which we haven't been seeing a whole lot of.
This is a tough shot.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe just push out like a hair forward. Because you can't cut it in with, it's too tough to cut in from where it is, but maybe a hair forward. Give Jayson Shaw a teaser.
Jeff taking a good look here before he makes a decision.
Yeah, he did my shot.
He did exactly what you said. That's a good call, sir. So Eagle Eye's first opportunity. Oh, and he passes it back. We got the Bull versus Eagle Eye.
We obviously, we're looking at the monitor, the same angle you have. We can't tell if the one's frozen, if it's off, so we're not going to guess. We're just going to see what he does here. Speedy.
Yeah, I think he was trying to use the 6 possibly and the 7 as well for some sort of coverage on the 9, or excuse me, on the 1-ball.
Oops, excuse me.
He hasn't left the easiest opportunity to gain position up table for the 4-ball. It's certainly pocketable, but he's trying to draw out the path he wants to travel with that cue ball to get back up table to play that 4-ball next.
Yeah, he's pointing over there by the 7 where he wants a cue ball. Oh, he got lucky here. I don't think he was playing that at all.
No?
No, because he was pointing over here. I think he was playing it to
Above
come up
the 7?
Yeah, to hit the rail, bump the 7 on the inside, and just float over. Because that's where he was pointing the whole time. And then I think he missed his aiming point and got underneath it, but it still worked out. Oh, big miss there. Similar to the Thorsten Homan shot. He could have just rolled up there, locked up behind a 5, chose to go for the cut, and sold out.
I don't think we will see too many missed balls between these two gentlemen. I also don't anticipate seeing too much safety play between these two gentlemen. You're saying he could have rolled up on that, but both of these guys are known for being really aggressive, and I think Jayson fancied his chances there.
Yeah, he probably thought he was over 90%.
And I honestly did too. I don't know if he rushed it a little bit or if he just flat out missed the ball, but regardless, a golden opportunity for DeLuna to take a quick 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that shot there, having thought about it, it was an easy shot for him, I think. It was just a miss.
When this rack's done, I'll go ahead and give you guys kind of a brief rundown on the exact format and details that we were playing by for this event. Slightly unique, maybe a little bit different than something you're used to in the past. May also be something you're completely familiar with. So Jeff DeLuna does successfully run out the rest of rack number 2, taking a 2-0 lead over Jayson Shaw. Folks, for these stage 2 matches, up until the semifinals and the finals, all matches are races to 7. All matches are single elimination. We are playing alternating break, 9-ball, with the 1 racked on the spot, the 9 in the middle. The other 7 balls do not matter on position. We're playing with a 3-point rule on the break, meaning 3 balls must either cross the head string or be pocketed, or any combination of the 2, in order for it to be deemed a legal break. The 3-foul rule is also in effect. We were playing win by 2. So if the score ends up tied at 9-9, there will be a lag and a sudden death rack played to determine the winner.
Jayson Shaw making 2 balls, keeping the cue ball on the table this time. Getting down and shooting. Or just having a look there. That looks like he's playing safe. Got to get some legs.
It's a very nice shot, I think.
Oh, that's a good shot. Nice shot there.
I think you would have liked another inch or so to our right as we're viewing on the screen, tucking it a little more behind the 6. DeLuna does appear to have a fairly simple 1-rail hit. What he does, well, what the result is a different story, but had that cue ball been tucked a little bit more behind the 6, it would have made the 1-railer a little bit more difficult. However, Jeff failed to make contact with the 2-ball. And now Mr. Shaw's going to have ball in hand. Wasting no time. Falls right in line on the 4-ball here.
So Jayson Shaw played a nice safety earlier, got the ball in hand. A nice out to get back in this match.
He wants us to slow up a little bit. He's okay. Nothing's too difficult for this man, it seems. He plays so quick, it makes commentating on a bit of a task at times.
Jayson Shaw gets one back. DeLuna's up 2-1. Jayson Shaw has won Turning Stone 6 times.
Is that all?
I asked him before the match.
What a slacker. Now that's a very impressive, extremely impressive. He's been on the Moscone Cup team a time or two now.
Yeah, he won. 2016 was his debut, and he won. And then 2017, they won. And then last year, 2018, the USA team finally won a game.
Finally.
And they're going to be in Vegas.
I believe that was a 9-year drought.
Vegas and Thanksgiving time. I said December early in the week. You said Thanksgiving this year.
Yep, they've moved it up to, I don't know the exact dates. I suppose we could get those for you, but I do know that it runs right over Thanksgiving this year. It's been a little topic of conversation here and there, but
USA team hoping to have some turkey,
Yeah.
stuffing, and apple pie with their winning trophy this year.
I think the Euros are going to have something to say about that this year. Jeff DeLuna to open up rack number 4 here. Trailing by a score, excuse me, leading by a score of 2-1 over Jayson Shaw. Get a good side view here. Take a look at Mr. DeLuna's legs and feet on the break, folks. Airborne. Incredible power that man packs.
Made one ball, but might be hooked. Similar type of cue ball what happened last time. He kind of stopped it, but then it just started going back up table again. Didn't hit a rail or anything, so he's hitting it good.
I wonder if there's some sort of offer on using the 7 ball as a blocker here. He can see the edge of the 1. Is it too thin to use the 7 as some sort of blocker? We will see.
It's a funny angle he's got.
It is, and he's really studying it up here.
I think he's looking to skim the 1, cue ball maybe off the rail, maybe skimming a 7 and behind a 6 and all that stuff. But I can't, oh, we can't tell here.
He can push out if he elects to.
Yeah, he's looking, that's what he's looking at. 1 and then cue ball behind the 6 down there. The spin he's putting on this. Yeah, he didn't have the angle, did he?
It was just funny the whole way, wasn't it? Couldn't quite see where he pointed there. I couldn't tell if he
Yeah, we couldn't see.
pointed to the rail or pointed to a spot on the bed of the table. He may have just been trying to freeze the cue ball onto the rail and test Jayson with distance. It's kind of hard to tell. He was in a rough spot there. Meanwhile, Jayson says, "Thanks, mate. Appreciate the opportunity. Have a seat." One of the few people in the game who's absolutely not fazed by a shot clock.
He'll be at the US Open next week. He's defending champion.
Yes, he will be. .256 of the best players from around the world. Duking it out for their share of that prize package. Jayson looking really good. I think he's only made the one mistake with that first scratch on the break.
He missed that 4 ball, that cut shot.
That's right,
missed,
he did.
yeah.
Thank you, thank you. He undercut that 4 to the upper right.
I don't think DeLuna's missed a ball, but he's missed 2, like a safety play, a kick shot.
Good speed from Jayson there. Get a little bit of a look at the Cyclop Hyperion pool balls. One of the sponsors of this event, Cyclop Pool Balls. I want to say thank you to Predator Cues, How Tips, the Rio Hotel and Casino. This event is being produced by CSI, brought to you by the WPA. We're playing on beautiful 4.5 by 9 foot diamond tables wrapped in green Andy 988 billiard cloth. Master Chalk, the official chalk sponsor of this event. Of course, we want to say thank you to our host location, Griff's Billiards here in Lovely Las Vegas. Got a beautiful, beautiful day today. Yesterday became a little questionable through the latter part of the day. It got extremely windy, extremely cold, started raining. Woke up this morning and it's 72 degrees and sunny.
In my hometown of Wellington, New Zealand, it's about 8 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. and it's a sunny 60 degrees today. Shout out to all my buddies in Wellington.
All right, rack number 5. Jayson shot a break. Tied up at 2 apiece.
Cue ball. Oh, almost got kicked in. But he's made a ball and he's looking good now.
Almost got kicked in and turned out perfect.
I don't think anyone wants to play this guy. He looks so confident. He's just so natural. He just plods around, knocks them in. Thank you very much.
It can be intimidating playing against somebody that plays as well as him at the pace that he plays.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you could be in a big hole, not even realize it. Very fast player, always looking multiple shots ahead. Jayson's looking really good here. What started out as a 2-0 lead for Mr. DeLuna. Barring any major mistake from Jayson Shaw, is going to turn into a 3-2 deficit. Jayson.
If Jayson does win this game, they will be back on serve as Jayson won the lag.
He really does look good, doesn't he?
Yep.
Folks, I promise you, what he's doing is not nearly as easy as he's making it look. Just like that, Jayson Shaw is now in command and in the lead. Leading by a score of 3-2 over Jeff DeLuna here. Got a couple of events we can talk about here. May 24th through June 1st, we have 3 different U.S. Open events here, right at Griff's, right here in beautiful Las Vegas. The U.S. Open Bank Pool Championships, U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships, and the U.S. Open One Pocket Championships. Folks, for those 3 events, we also have an all-around bonus. You must play all 3 events to be eligible for that all-around, but should you win, you win a healthy $3,500 bonus and a spot into the Predator World 10-Ball Championships with $100,000 added to that payout. You can see on the screen. Perfect timing, July 22nd through the 26th at the Rio Hotel and Casino. The Predator World 10-Ball Championships. They just said there's $100,000 added to that payout. Second place runner-up in the all-around for those 3 one-pocket events I just touched on also earns themselves a $1,500 bonus.
And you can still enter those tournaments online?
You can.
On the website?
Yep. Check out playcsipool.com/events. If you want to check out the brackets for this event, see who plays who and when they play, feel free to check out ctsondemand.com. This is the 2019 WPA Players Championships. Should be your first link on that screen.
Two balls, 3 balls.
Absolutely crushed the break.
Really
Where's
got
the 8
shot.
ball going to stop? Last ball rolling.
So sick. He would have been out. Still got a chance, but it's tough.
A little tougher. That black 8 rolled up there right at the last moment. Kind of stuck its nose in the way.
He's got a jack up here. Come around 2-3 rails, 2 ball on the side, I think. missed it, though. Yeah, that made that shot tougher. Got the position, but he missed the shot. Let Jayson back in with a safety option.
Couple of different options here. None of them are extremely tight safeties. He'd like to lock up to something, but it's tough to do it from where he's at right now. Trying to figure out what I might do in this position.
Yes, this is not easy. That's why he's thinking so long as well.
Yeah. He's usually really, really quick. So if it's taking him this long, there's definitely some value in.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, obviously you can just play a simple safety and leave DeLuna a bank somewhere, but
Doesn't want to leave a bank. He doesn't want to leave any of this ball. He doesn't want DeLuna to have the opportunity to bank or play a return safe.
yeah, just playing a simple safe, leaving the bank. Oh, he tried to freeze up behind a 5, but actually he sold out. See, he went for the lock-up safety, but that could sell out instead of just leaving like a bank or something. But which I understand, you know, at this level, leaving a bank is no good, maybe. And when I said sell out, this is still missable, especially after miss the last one. Oh, boy.
A little bit unexpected there. That didn't even threaten the pocket. It almost looked as though he was playing safe.
It did, but
Just-
I don't
just
think he
fake.
was, though.
I don't think he was. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know.
I mean, it can't have been that tough. I mean, it was, I know, he can't have, he just missed it. I don't know. I'll ask him afterwards. If he loses, I might ask him.
I think Jayson's got enough to play this to the upper left, as he did very nicely. Doesn't want to get stuck behind the 2.
What a shot.
Came out beautifully. Or excuse me, behind the 7. I'm getting the blue object balls inverted.
Yeah, the 7 ball is a, should we say, turquoise color, the lighter one, and this is the one he's shooting is a darker 2 ball. That shot there is how a snooker player would play that shot. Not coming around the rails, just simple.
Yeah, nothing too fancy or flashy. Didn't need to take the risk.
I think Jayson started in English 8-ball, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe snooker and English 8-ball, but he was an excellent English 8-ball player before he came to the 9-foot American pool tables. Or Scottish 8-ball, in his case.
Scottish 8-ball. I've not heard of that.
It's the same thing, but in Scotland.
All right, 4 racks in a row for Mr. Shaw. DeLuna was coasting out the gate, or so we thought. 2-0 to begin with. Now he's trailing 4-2, and Jayson Shaw is breaking.
Yeah. It's not looking good for DeLuna at this point. He's made a couple of mistakes on that one in the same game, actually. That was the same game. He missed the one twice. And that was so important. Now he's lost a serve. He's in a spot of bother, as they say.
Well, not playing in this event, but just walking in the door, we've got the world female #1, Siming Chen, in the building.
I had a little chat with her last night.
Did you?
It didn't go down too well. I was talking away. Oh, I love her, you know, the game, and looking forward to seeing you play in the US Open, this and that, and your mum, and the cooking with the dumplings. And then I'm talking away, and then afterwards, I don't speak English, she says. So then I get a translator in, I say the whole thing again, and this and that. And then she goes, oh, okay. Like that.
You went to all that trouble to get a, all right.
Then I kept going. I said, do you want to play for $50? I'll give you the 8, as a joke. And then she laughed. I finally got
a giggle out of her, huh?
Yeah. I figured if I offer, I'll play Siming Cheng, giving her the 8 for 50. If I lose, I'll give her 50. If I win, I beat Siming Cheng, giving her the 8. I can tell that forever, that story.
I wouldn't tell anybody if I did that. I would be ruining my action.
Oh.
He played that to perfection,
I don't know.
believe.
Yeah, I think he got Deluna. Yeah, he's got him. No, but not joking aside, she's a wonderful player. She can beat anyone in here. And I'm looking forward to seeing her at US Open. I'll be watching her matches.
Donnie Mills will probably be watching her matches too.
Oh.
Shout out to Donnie if you're watching.
Going for the match today, maybe. Let's see. Wow, he's in.
He's got a world of problems.
He's
here.
in big trouble here.
He
down
has
4-2.
Has to hit this ball. Cannot give up ball in hand with this.
Wide open table.
And it has to be said, Jayson laid down a perfect shot right there.
And Deluna, he loses, he's out. He can't play in the consolation event. That was only for the people that lost the first match yesterday. He'll be out, nothing to do. He'll have $400 in his pocket, waiting for the US Open and the Mandalay Bay to start next week. But it's not over yet. Maybe kick this in. Oh, this is such a tough shot at this angle, a sharp angle like this, to judge it.
He'd love to just nip the rail that he's closest to and take the cue ball right past the 8, right next to the 8, but it's just too risky to come at it that way. I understand what he's doing with this 2-rail attempt here, but like you said, it is extremely difficult.
Oh.
How did he hit it, folks? Oh, with no reward.
That's all he could do. Why'd you
No
say where he
reward.
came off that rail? It delayed and then went over. Wow. Well, that's a good hit. What are you going to do there?
That's about all he had on offer. He did what he could. Didn't get a reward for it. Left Jayson Shaw wide open. Wouldn't surprise me if after this rack, Jeff DeLuna opted to take a few-minute break.
Oh, you know what could happen then? You could finally sing that song we've been waiting for. Let's see how you feel.
Folks, because you were all so kind and generous enough to pay for the stream, I will not be singing. There will be no karaoke from Ben Sutherland during this event. I can promise you.
Carl Boyers has said he will sing if anyone takes a timeout during a match and he's commentating on. He will sing a song. And he's not joking. He will sing a song for us.
I think the production crew might have something to say about. Who knows? He might have a glorious songbird voice that
He does.
that we all just.
No, I heard the song. It's wonderful. I don't want to give away the title of the song, but it's charming. It's got everything. The wording of the song is perfect as well for the everything.
Jayson Shaw handling his business yet again, taking down rack number 7, leading by a score of 5-2. He will also be breaking. Excuse me, my mistake.
Yes. Oh, it is a time. Is it a timeout? Let me see. Wow, you called the timeout.
Yep, Jeff DeLuna taking a moment.
So I'm going to talk about, while we're at the timeout, the WPA event, World Pool Billiard Association. This is the first time staging its own event, and we hope there's more to come. Thank you. Okay, we are back from the timeout. Jeff DeLuna is down 5-2. Let's see if he can get back in the match here. In his first match, DeLuna, I was talking to him, he was down 5-1, and he came back to win. So he's never out of it, play over his skill level.
That's a tough deficit to overcome in this format, especially with this caliber of player. Being down 5-1, alternating break.
We just found out on another table, Chris Melling just got beat 7-1 by Babika. So Melling is out.
If you didn't know who Babika was before, he just made a statement there.
I think he's from Poland. He's a top player. Radoslav Babika, I think that's his first name.
I'm glad you were pronouncing that, not me attempting it.
I don't even have the word, his name in front of me. I'm just guessing from my head, from my mind, which is not good. Here we go.
Rack number 8, DeLuna to break. He desperately needs this. Needs to keep Jayson Shaw off the hill. Needs to keep himself in this match. Keep an eye on that light blue 7-ball. See if it goes in the corner here. Straight in the hole.
He made 2 balls. He's unlucky again.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's doing great to pocket balls on the break. He's making, 2, 3 balls on the break. He's just not being rewarded with a shot today. He's not getting a good opening, starting shot on each rack. So it's important for him to make a wise decision here. Try to find a way to outfox Jayson.
If he parked the cue ball every time in the middle of the table, he'd be okay. It is going up table, and that's causing little problems here. It's a nice shot. Speedy.
Much too speedy. He might not like his next one.
When he hit it, I thought it was good, but then it just kept going a little bit too much.
Jayson with good speed control here can leave the one ball down on the foot rail near the yellow Andy logo. Opted to go the other way. I like his shot much better than what I was thinking. A lot more natural and more effective. So again, second shot in, and DeLuna is in a mess. It was DeLuna's break, and Shaw is in control yet again.
We're playing foul on all balls, so he has to make sure he doesn't touch the 8 with his hand or cue or anything. He hit it and left it.
And again, the table entirely wide open, extremely inviting for Jayson. Just got to navigate around the 9. I like the way he played that. Would have liked to travel a little further to our right. But given the distance traveled and the slight difficulty of that shot, he handled it well. The guy does not miss too often, does he, Mr. Kane?
Unbeatable, like this. In amongst the balls, I mean, you can't stop him. He just looks so good. I think Jayson Shaw made one mistake when he was at the table, was missing that 4 ball early on, the cut shot. Since then, he's locked DeLuna up, made all the balls. Played perfect since then.
It just makes it look so effortless.
This 9 ball to get on the hill.
I don't know why, but in my opinion, lefties make this game look better than the right-handed player.
A lot of good left-hand players.
I'm not so sure why. I just really enjoy. You don't see too many bad left-handed players, do you?
In snooker, one of my favorite players, Jimmy White, left-hander.
So DeLuna's got his back heavily against the wall now. Jayson Shaw needs 1 rack to close this out. DeLuna needs 4 just to get himself back in contention. This is a win by 2 format. So should they go 6-6, we would see a couple of more racks played. It won't end at exactly 7 racks in that case. But with the looks of things and the way they're going at the moment, Jayson Shaw in control, breaking on the hill. Rack number 9. Last night we did see 1 match go the distance. It wasn't on our feature table, but we have had 1 match so far that has gone to a 9-9 scoreline, which in turn has resulted in both players lagging for the break in the deciding game. That was between Naoki Oi and Fedor Gorst last night, last match of the evening. Naoki Oi won the lag and broke and ran the deciding rack. So Fedor is one of the first 32 out. He will have an opportunity in our consolation event that starts at 1 p.m. today. And we'll be running alongside this event as well.
It's a nice shot there.
Meanwhile, an excellent break and an excellent starting shot for Jayson Shaw. It is not looking good for the bull.
For the amateurs watching out there, before he played the 2, Jayson Shaw stood in this position, put a mark on the table with his cue, thinking where he'd like to be, and he got exactly where he pointed to. It's always nice to have a visual line, walk around and see the shot where you want to be. Don't just think, oh, over there somewhere. Walk over there, have a look, maybe find a diamond on the table you can aim for. It's a good target to have. Look at, oh wow.
Just received word, our next match on the feature table, Jeffrey Ignacio versus Mika Immonen.
I think that's coming up at 2 o'clock.
2 p.m. our time, that's correct.
We could play a race to 15 in an hour spare on that table. We can jump up there. We can just leave the cameras rolling, watch us play for a little bit.
People would be tuning out, sir. Meanwhile, speaking of tuning out, Jeff DeLuna 1 shot away from tuning out of this tournament. Jayson Shaw played nearly perfect, beat Jeff DeLuna by a scoreline of 7-2. Our next match will be at 2 p.m. Pacific time, folks. That's an hour and 15 minutes from now. Joined in the booth by Jason Kane. My name is Ben Sutherland. Thank you guys so much. We will see you shortly.
Okay, Jayson Shaw through to the final 16 here at the WPA Players Championship with a convincing 7-2 win over Jeffrey DeLuna of the Philippines. So that looked pretty good from the sidelines. How'd you feel you played?
Yeah, I didn't really make too many mistakes. First frame I break and make like 4 balls and scratch, and then Jeffrey breaks and runs the next game. I'm down 2-0, thinking, oh, you know, because it's such a short race, any mistake, you know. But then he gave me a chance, and after that the game sort of just turned a little bit. He was breaking good but wasn't getting a shot, and I was breaking good and getting a shot. So that was sort of the difference towards the end. He was breaking and not really getting a shot on the 1 ball, and I was getting a shot on the 1. So.
All right, so this tournament is a warm-up for the U.S. Open next week. You are the defending champion. When you last played, when you won that event, I mean, you absolutely destroyed the entire field, and your best performance, I think, of your career. And you've come in here, you look in great shape. I know I've seen on Facebook, you've been working out, and I know you've been practicing a lot. How are you feeling with that big event, your title on the line in just a few days?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. You know, obviously when the US Open comes around, I get that feeling inside me. You know, it's been my favorite tournament since I was like 16. That was the first time I played. So hopefully, you know, I've been practicing my break real hard the last 12 days. Like, I mean a lot. like maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, like a couple hours here, a couple hours there. But you know, I feel good mentally. My game, I feel like my game's back to where it was at. You know, I changed Cue sponsors last year in April, and it took me a little while to get used to it. But I feel like the last 4 months I've really felt like I'm back in my own. You know, like the way I was hitting the ball before with my old Cue. So I'm happy how I'm hitting it.
A lot of people know you as a streak player. You know, when you get hot, like you were at the U.S. Open and you won. Is it true that in order for you to win a tournament, you have to get on a streak, or can you grind it out with anybody?
No, I can grind it out. You know, just because I'm on a streak when I win, people think that. You know, no. But listen, I've been down matches as you've seen, 10-4, 10-5, and I've won big matches. So that's just what people think. But no, like. You know, there I'm down 2-0. Doesn't mean I got off to a great start, but I still won 7-2. You know what I mean? It's all just. I think it's part of growing. People see it as you grow up, but as you grow, you get mentally stronger and you can start to deal with those things a little bit better.
Okay, Jayson. Well, congratulations. You're through to the final 16, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Ted.